Alright, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in this video today we're going to be talking about the hard truth about Halo Infinite and what this may mean for the game and Halo as a whole for the future. Now, I do think this is something that really hasn't been talked about too much, and I don't really understand why, so I'm going to be making my own video about this, and I think it all comes down to what they said about Halo Infinite's life cycle and how it's going to be a 10-year game. Now, it's pretty common knowledge that Halo 4, Halo MCC, and Halo 5 were all pretty big flops in their own way. Halo 4's multiplayer was seriously trash and not good at all, and it tried catering too much to the Call of Duty community rather than the Halo community that would have stayed there. And then with MCC, that game was just a serious disaster at launch, and you could barely even play the campaign, and you could barely even find a multiplayer match. It was that bad. Then with Halo 5, the campaign was just a complete disaster, and the advanced movement that they added to the multiplayer was seriously controversial, and even though some Halo fans loved it, others seriously hated it. With all these factors in mind, it kind of points that Halo has really been on a downfall as of late, and this can be further reinforced by the fact that we haven't had a new Halo entry into the franchise in almost 6 years now. Now, when Halo said that their Infinite game was going to be on a 10-year life cycle, this really made me think, is this possibly going to be the last Halo game that we get? Because I could look at this in either one of two ways. Either Halo Infinite will be the greatest Halo game of all time that we've seen in this last decade, and it'll revitalize the entire series and make Halo one of those top games again. Or I could see it being the last Halo game that we ever get because it's just not successful, and it's proven that Halo is just not something people want to play anymore for a long period of time. I think Microsoft kind of has 343 on the chopping block, as in, if this game doesn't do well, we can end the game in a way, with the life cycle being a 10-year life cycle, and then we don't have to make any more Halo games after that, so then we go and stop that, and then we put our resources somewhere else. And I really feel like this isn't being talked about enough. If this game doesn't end up doing very well, this very well might be the last Halo game we ever see. And as shitty as that is to think about, I really think that is a very good possibility if this game doesn't do well. And with the current controversies going around the game, like the armor coding and getting rid of primary and secondary colors, the game getting delayed till either spring or till next fall, it really starts pointing this game and starts putting it on, this game not launching very well. Now, I really love Halo, and I really want to see it do well, but I can't really ignore these signs and, things like that. I think in order to stop this from happening, I feel like 343 needs to do a couple things. First thing would be to open up and talk about Halo Infinite more. Talk about what they're doing with this armor coating. Talk about what the scenery is going to be. Talk about why the graphics in the first demo may not have been up to what people were expecting. We need to hear these things. We can't just avoid the criticism, and we can't just bury it, because they've been burying this stuff for the last 5 years, and it really hasn't done anyone any good. Only thing it's really done is driven the community to speculate, and only truly speculate negatively, because all we've seen is negative stuff. We haven't had any real great things besides the cover art for the game. 343 right now is kind of in a marketing disaster, and they really need to turn this around. We need to see some multiplayer, we need to see some new game modes, we need to see some screenshots from the campaign, we need to see some of these maps. We need to get something, because if we don't get any good publicity up till the game launches, people are going to be skeptical about the game even though it's free, and it's just not going to go very well, I think. Now, those are my thoughts about the hard truth about Halo Infinite. Let me know some of your thoughts about Halo Infinite down in the comment sections down below. I'll go and respond to every single one of your comments, and I'll try to listen as best I can and hear out your guys' points of view. That is my favorite part about YouTube. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you do like the video, as it does make the video do better. And let's go and have a good discussion down here. Anyway, that's all I got for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, slap a like. See you in the next video. Peace out, boys.